everyone, so today I'm here to do a review of Beautiful Redemption by Garcia and Margaret Stohl, and this is the fourth book and the final book in the Garcia Chronicles series. And wow, just what an amazing book and what an amazing end to such a fantastic series. There probably will be spoilers in this review for the Garcia Chronicles series, so if you haven't read it and you don't want to find out anything that's going to happen, then I suggest that you don't watch this video. I was heartbroken throughout most of this book because I knew it was the end, and I really just didn't want this series to finish because I absolutely loved it, and it's definitely one of my favourite series, and I was so sad that this is the final book. Okay, so there's two perspectives in this book where we hear from Ethan like we always do, but then we also get the chance to hear from Lena's perspective, and I really love Lena. I think she's my favourite character in the book, and I was so happy that we finally got to hear from her perspective, because you always hear about her from Ethan and you always hear that she's such a determined person, but you don't actually get to see that side of her until you see from her perspective and you see the way her mind works in you, and it shows you how determined she is about everything and how she never gives up. Lena is just such an amazing character, and I was so glad that we finally got to hear from her perspective. Ethan and Lena's relationship is one of the strongest relationships I've ever read about. I think it's because they're more of an emotional couple rather than a physical couple, because they can't really be together physically, so most of their relationship is built on emotion and mental connections, which I think is what makes them one of the strongest YA couples that have ever been written. We get to see two different parts in this story. We get to see Ethan's journey through the underworld and Lena in Gatlin, because Lena's still alive. And when Ethan's journeying through the other world, we're introduced to two characters again, and we get to see Aunt Prue again, and I was really happy to see Aunt Prue because I thought she was really funny, and I love all the sisters, so it was really good to see Aunt Prue again. And then Ethan was also reunited with his mother, and this was heartbreaking because Ethan is determined to get back to Gatlin so he can be with Lena, but then he's torn. He hasn't seen his mother because she died when he was younger, and he really wants to spend time with her. So I was really upset at this bit because I wanted Ethan to be with his mum, but I also wanted him to go back to Lena because that's where he really belongs. So I was completely torn at this point in the book, and it was so upsetting. There was plenty of action in this book. We had Ethan in the Far Keep battling with Angelus, who's one of the members of the Far Keep who protects the Garcia Chronicles, and Ethan was fighting with him to remove his page from the Garcia Chronicles that had been added in, and that's what led to him having to throw himself off the water tower in the previous book. And there was a big fight scene between the two while Angelus was trying to stop Ethan from getting to the book, because Ethan knew a big massive secret about Angelus, and Angelus didn't want it to get out because he was determined to go through with his plans. And yeah, there was just a big massive battle scene between them. And then in Gatlin you had the big fight between Lena and her friends and family against Abraham and Hunting, and what a showdown! Oh my god, it was such a brilliant fight scene. We had Mackin swooping in and getting all these bending light things and burning Hunting to death. I thought it was amazing. And then when Abraham was strangling Lena, who comes to her rescue but Link with a pair of garden shears, and he stabs Abraham, and that's him gone. Oh, I'm so happy that Link actually got to play a part in their death, because I think he's such an amazing character and he's so funny, and I'm so glad he actually got to do something for once. Ethan's return at the end was heartbreaking because he just returned to go and spend time with his family, and Lena, and he has to turn around and see Emma sacrificing herself to keep the world in balance because Ethan's came back to life. And it's so sad because he's came back to be with her, and then that's her killing herself basically. So Ethan doesn't take that very well, and neither did I, because I think I just sat and cried and I was like, why did you kill Emma? Why did she have to die? And then when Lena comes up and they're reunited, oh, it was so emotional and beautiful, and I just absolutely love them, and I'm so glad that they were back together at the end of the book, because they were apart for about 90% of the book, probably more. And then when Ethan and Lena were reunited, Ethan had a quote that I absolutely love, and I think it's my favourite quote out of the book. He says, "I don't think we remember to kiss. What we had went deeper than a kiss," and that just shows that their relationship is more of an emotional, deep connection rather than just a physical lust connection, and that's why I love them so much. At the end, we also got to find out what Link did when he was 9 years old in Ethan's basement, and he dressed up as a Union soldier, I think it is, and the whole of Gatlin are Confederates, and were on the side of the Confederates and had family who fought in the Confederate War, so dressing up as a Union soldier was a very big no-no, and that's why Link didn't want it getting out. This whole series has been such an amazing journey for me. I absolutely love all the characters in these books, and I'm so sad to be seeing them go, and there's not going to be any more books about them, and that's the saddest part for me. But Karen Garcia and Margaret Stohl, you wrote such an amazing story and characters that are so easy to love, and I've been on such an amazing journey since I started this series, and I just want to thank you for everything basically, so thank you so much. So that was my review of Beautiful Redemption by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye everyone!